Thank you in advance for watching this short video on NutriButler by RMS. NutriButler is a drug-induced nutrient depletion recommendation tool designed and written by Retail Management Solutions in cooperation with our partner on this project, TRC Healthcare. You may recognize TRC Healthcare by the pharmacist letter, which they're the publisher. Additionally, TRC Healthcare has the largest database of drug-induced nutrient depletion recommendations in the industry. And it's their database that fuels our NutriButler program. So on your screen right now, you see the setup screen that you would have as a pharmacy. And we would give you the URL. So the setup is web-based. We give you the URL. And we would also give you an API key. When you first go to the site, it would ask for that. You would enter that, and then it would bring you to this screen. And you would see your pharmacy's name here. So I have Retail Management Solutions, but it will be your pharmacy's name. And the first place I really want to go is to settings. We'll come back to this lookup screen. So under settings, you would see the minimum rating and then the different supplements and vitamins that are available for recommendation. So in the TRC Healthcare database, recommendations are based on the following ratings: major depletion, moderate depletion, insignificant depletion, or insufficient evidence. You choose what you want to see at the register. We recommend that you don't choose something like insufficient evidence or insignificant depletion, that you set a minimum rating of moderate depletion. That way, the only recommendations you're going to see are moderate or severe. But for the purpose of showing you how this looks at the register to start with, I'm going to go ahead with insignificant depletion. Also, you can choose whether you want to see every single recommendation for all of these different vitamins and supplements, or whether you want to start slowly and pick one or two vitamins and supplements that you would want to see recommendations for. Our recommendation to you is that you start slowly. We've found that the pharmacies that are the most successful start with a couple of different vitamins and supplements that they've trained their pharmacy staff, their pharmacists, on being comfortable discussing. And that's how they start. But just to show you what it will look like at the register, I'm going to start with everything, then I'm going to come back in. We're going to make a small change to show you what it looks like after the change is made. I'll come back to the lookup screen later as well. So I'm going to go to the register. Here's the register screen. And I'm going to go ahead and scan a couple of prescriptions. Now, some of you may have the birth date option turned on, and some of you may not. So I'll just show that we do have that option now. You can have it where the birth date does not show for purposes of my demonstration. And because sometimes you have caregivers who don't know birth dates, I've chosen to have it show on my screen. I'm going to type in 0216. There's a parameter that allows you to do just the month and day, or you can require the month, day, and year. I'm just doing the month and day. So now the two prescriptions ring up. And you'll also notice most of you probably do not have the drug names on the register screen. This is a new option you can turn on. It's defaulting to being off. Most of you have it. But this, like I said, is a brand new option, and you can have this on the screen if you'd like. So I have cephalexin and metformin. And so now I'm just going to hit a tender key. And when I do that, it's going to look to get recommendations. And so this recommendation screen pops. And you can see here that it says this is one of 10 recommendations. The reason there are so many is because I'm not just showing moderate and severe depletions. I'm showing everything that it can find, and I'm showing all of the different medications. You also note that you can print. You can either print to the receipt printer, or if you have a laser printer or invoice printer hooked up to your system, you can print that as well. And you can print it anywhere on your network. You also have the ability to scroll through these recommendations, and I can hit F3 or F4. I will do that momentarily. You'll note that we've added the ability to defer therapy recommendations for a patient. So if you don't want to have these recommendations pop again for 90 days, you can defer for 90 days. You also then have the ability to opt them out permanently so that they don't see recommendations ever again. Now, I'm going to go ahead and scroll through the recommendations. You'll see the next recommendation is for the metformin prescription and it's folic acid. The next one is also for metformin and it's vitamin B12. And then we start getting into the insignificant depletion. So biotin, folic acid for the antibiotic. It was important for metformin, but not for the antibiotic, riboflavin, and so forth. And we just go through until we get back to the front. So you really wouldn't want to see all of these, right? But I wanted you to see what that's going to look like. So for the sake of discussion, I'm going to bring back up my other screen, and we're going to go back in here to settings. I'm going to change this to moderate depletion. And I'm going to say select none. And I'm going to go vitamin K. And I'll do the folic acid. And we'll click save. Now we can go back to the register screen. Delete that out of there. And I'm also going to cancel this transaction. I'll do the transaction over just so we can see this from scratch. Okay. So now grab those prescriptions again, put in the birth date. And this time when we go through, it gets its recommendations. It's only going to get 2. Now, the reason it's 2 and not 10 is because we've eliminated the insignificant depletion. And there were 3 that were moderate previously, but we've only selected 2 of those drugs. So vitamin K and folic acid are the only 2 recommendations we're getting. By the way, I didn't scroll down before, but there's more information here for the pharmacist to see. And we can then go to the next recommendation and the same is true. And then the last thing I want to show you is when we go back to this lookup. So you have this on any computer. There's no software downloaded. It's web-based. If you want to do any lookups here, you can do so. You can type in part of the way cephalexin. You can type in the NDC number. Either way, you'll see I'll pull up cephalexin. I'll do a lookup. And it's the same information, just displayed slightly differently. You also notice down here, it says there are 6 hidden therapy recommendations. And these are the 6 that are in significant depletion, just in case you wanted to look further. And that is a quick demonstration on NutriButler. If you have any questions or you'd like to get set up, please give our support line a call and we can get you set up very quickly. Thanks and have a great day.